Welcome to the
List. List.
What's wrong, sweetie?
I need to pee.
Oh, the jokes only get better from here, folks. All right, guys. I got like a bunch of different choices. What am I unboxing? What am I gonna unbox?
Wow, look at this box.
I try to.
It's so epic. Look at candies.
Okay.
What a great box to open.
Today's P list. Today's P list, by the way, is going to be. In what order are the award categories? How competitive are they? We're going to go all the way from 14 to 1. 14 being the least competitive, in my opinion, and number 1 being which category is going to be the most competitive. But they obviously want me to unbox. This is from, it actually told me who it was, Nancy Yee, who sent this all the way from Uidok University in Goibok, Gwenju, Gangdongmyeon, Yogyumeri, Korea. That's not even a joke. That's what I'm reading. Sent it to Stephen Platinum, so it is an unboxing. We'll see what it is. The girls can't wait to see what it is. Well, we know it's probably not a t-shirt, which is what I usually get.
It says candies and cookies on the package.
Right. Candies and cookies. That's cool.
Yeah. It's cool. You know, it's very, very cool. You know?
Cool, I'll just get in here. Oh, cool. You see, there's like...
Oh, yeah. Wow. Well, look,
That's
Dad,
awesome.
there are these. I'm just gonna... What's this?
Yeah, it's some kind of... It looks like a penguin. Yeah. Let's get in here and see what's in here.
Oh,
and then
Ooh.
It's great. Cool.
Wow.
Glad you guys are enjoying it. Yeah, look at that. All this Korean lettering. I wonder what that is.
Well, I can try and read it.
Thanks
wow. I can try and read it in the kitchen. You know, I can try and read it in my mouth.
Cool. So go ahead and hand me a... Give me a...
Mine. It's mine now. There's no candy. You all I cannot take away.
Thank you, Nancy. Children, disperse.
Children, disperse.
Disperse, Veronica. It's your bedtime. It's your bedtime. Can you put her to bed, please?
Disperse.
It's time. It's swearing time.
It is time.
Well, I'm gonna unbox something else. Kids, take my shit. All right, I picked the white package because racism. All right. Elena better not come steal this shirt. It's so dope. I don't know who sent this to me. The Bounty Boys hip hop, and it's.
Oh my gosh, that's great!
It's really great. Here, take it. It's great.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
Get out of here, you goofies.
Oh yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Yes. Good night, Veronica. I love you. I said good night. I love you. Took all my cookies and candy. They better love me. All right. Bounty Boys. Oh, this is the dopest shirt. I can't wait to hear who gave it to me. All right. So, what do we have? 14 categories for this year's awards. Larry gave me a call. Apparently, people are getting their nominations in Fast and Furious, or Too Fast, Too Furious, or Fast and Furious 3, Tokyo Drift. But people are getting their nominations in. If that's any indication, we're going to have more people voting in the awards this year than ever before. People are more excited about the awards than ever before. I've heard less haterism griping at this point than ever before, but I'm sure that'll change. Whoa, goes children. But we're going to go from the least competitive to the most competitive. We're going to break each category down real fast. Number 14, the Ted Allen Legends Award. This is the least competitive event because there's really only one name. In my opinion, Larry Goodman. He should win. He needs 50% of the vote. I would predict, as they said in Ed Wood, I would predict that Larry wins this in a landslide. I certainly hope he does. He absolutely deserves it. I'm sure other names will come in, which will all be fine gentlemen and gentle ladies that would deserve it, perhaps at some point in the future. But this is Larry's year. My thing is, let's tell him how we feel about him and show our appreciation to him. He probably would hate that I'm divulging this conversation, but I'm going to divulge it just to further put this thing over. Whee, by the way. He and Rob Rod talked to each other to make sure one of them was going to Action and the other was going to Southern Fried, I believe, or Southern Honor. Sorry. They coordinate with each other to make sure the major promotions all get coverage. That happens because of Larry. It happens because of other people too, of course, but really, it's because Larry has set that stage. And for those of you like C. Nick and others who don't fucking appreciate that fact, that you get coverage, I shouldn't talk about fucking C. Nick again, but I'm going to fucking do it because that guy's so fucking dumb. That guy, that talentless ass pickle, right? The fact that he gets mentioned in any kind of drama thing and gets his name out there because of it is because of Larry fucking Goodman. And he should be the first one to vote for Larry Goodman for the Ted Allen Legends Award. But of course, only real wrestling people get a vote, so maybe he won't get one. That's the least competitive award. Let's start moving up. Number 13, Best Promoter Award. It's Gary Lamb, though maybe it's conceivable that somebody could put up a name and an argument. You can try to make an argument, right? What's the only knock? I don't know if there is one. He's the promoter that called his shot, as I love to say, hit his 1,000. Their shows have consistently gotten about 400 people a show. They're the show that everybody's trying to take down, not so covertly, and claim that their crowds are smaller. And everybody has taken their shot at trying to do it. Trust me on that. He's the one that they're trying to catch. The production at Southern Honor is forcing others to get better, notably viral. Their promotion is forcing others to promote better. Well, what more do you need for fucking proof? If there is no Gary Lamb, nobody is doing as well. Also telling that when they had like the pictures heard around the world, and there were 2 of them, both of them involved one person. One was the picture of murder with Gary Lamb. And the other was a whole bunch of notables. David and Bill and Todd and Gary Lamb. Best promoter of the year. Here's one that was once a runaway lock, and now it is not. Number 12 is Best Announcer Award, Jonathan Feltner, but people are throwing out a lot of different names. And the name I'm hearing most prominently is Diana Michelle. Interesting that the 2 of them works the same shows. Sometimes one subbing for the other. Sometimes one getting replaced by the other. Ooh. We just went from a 1-person race to now a 2-person race with other names being thrown about. Fascinating. By the way, at Southern Honor, I believe Feltner and Diana are there. Very interesting. Number 12, Best Announcer Award for how competitive the award is this year. Number 11, Best Manager or Valet Award. This is a 2-person race. And a lot of these, there are 2-person races, right? This one to me is the sort of least competitive out of a lot of the 2-person races. It's obviously Matt Hankins or it's Doc Brock. And kudos to those 2 guys. Doc Brock is last year's winner, the first year without Jeff G. Bailey in the running. This year, I would say it's Hankins by a long shot. However, that's not to discount what Doc Brock has done. Doc Brock, by the way, is also one of the most visible people on social media, constantly commenting. He even comments on the Georgia wrestling history frickin' posts, and nobody does that shit since maybe Drew Blood, right? But best manager or valet award, Matt Hankins and Doc Brock. But it's really only about the 11th most competitive. Number 10, Best Booker Award, for much of the same reasons as Best Manager. It's a two-person race. No matter how people want to bitch and moan, and other names will be thrown in there, and that's important, and it's an honor just to be nominated and all of that horse shit. But everybody knows it's going to come down to Todd versus Dylan. Right now, Todd has a sizable, strong lead. He saved Southern Fried. Can't say it any more simply than that. Then again, Dylan books. Gary Lamb made a powerful argument in Gary's post. Gary's a smart guy. And he's going the route of, yeah, but Dylan is the new age booker that does things differently, but his role is just as vital. And the promotion part, the videos that he throws together and all this other stuff that Todd does not do, in Gary's eyes, puts him ahead in the race. All I know is this next weekend coming up, Action, Southern Fried, Southern Honor. Maybe there's a few fence sitters that might be swayed one way or the other. We shall see. Number 10, most competitive category is the Best Booker Award. Number 9, Best Female Performer. Another two-person race. Though I would say this one's a little more interesting than Best Booker, a little more competitive, because Danny Jordan and Brooklyn Creed, it's two different standards. That makes it really hard to call. And there are a number of dark horses with this as well. Royal, for example. Ruthless Lala, for example. But Best Female Performer or Crystal Rose, for example. But it really comes down to Danny Jordan versus Brooklyn Creed. By the way, has anybody booked them against each other in a program or an angle? No? Stephen Platinum would have already and would have been fucking awesome. 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 Somebody get on that shit. Number 9, most competitive. Best Female Performer. Number 8, Best Referee. This one, because it's to me, it's just tough to call. David Weekley referees all over the place. People seem to regard him in high regard. Daryl Hall, Grandpa, I still see his fucking name everywhere, and he's the shit. And he actually goes to wrestling shows even if he's not working them, and then they probably try to get him to work the show. He fucking loves the wrestling business. He's won before. David Weekley has won before. And there's a number of other referees that I've heard are really great. I don't see them, so I don't know that for sure. But it's nice because this used to just be a 2-referee race entirely. And now there's a number of referees that are up for it. Shout out, by the way, to Kendall Wallace and Lee. Because they were both great for a number of years. Veronica, you're being sneaky. What's going on?
I'm just getting some water.
Okay, go get some water. Do you think? I'll try not to swear for the next 2 minutes. Number 7, most competitive events for this year's awards. Best live event. This one is a strange one, folks, because there's 2. Is it Southern Honored Wrestling 1000? By the way, Spike the Football. See what naming every show does. When you need to go up for Best Live Event Award, we can't remember the names of any of your fucking shows. The fact that we're calling it Southern Honor Wrestling 1000 is probably what they should have fucking called it, because they called it whatever the hell they called it, Revenge or Discombobulate or whatever the fuck nonsense they called it, or named after some 2000s new metal song or whatever the horse shit is that people fucking name. But that's one show versus, are we going to set a different standard? Best Live Event Award. Gary Lamb makes another powerful argument. It isn't about what's the best wrestling show. It's about what was the best live event. Hard to argue. Cody Rhodes, Chris Jericho, Kenny Omega show up for your show. You get 1,000 people to see it. puts you on the map in a big bad way. Viral would make an argument for a show of theirs, I'm sure. Southern Fried would say Shindig, even though that wasn't perhaps the best show that they did all year. Best live event. Is it Southern Honor Wrestling's 1000 show? Or is it a different show? Not sure. But now we're getting into the nitty gritty, right? If you've got 14 categories, now we're getting in the ones that are highly competitive. Like number 6, most improved wrestler. Holy fuck. This one's tough because there are a lot of names you can put up there. A lot of WWA 4 guys really made huge strides this year. And this is an incredibly important award. The guys that win this, and women could win this one too conceivably, which is why I think it's so interesting, because it really is an award where men and women are very equal in who could win. And that's a factor too. Shalandra Royal, is she in this, right? The wrestlers that go on to win this usually end up being main eventers the next year. My example in my commentary earlier, Logan Creed, 2017 Most Improved, 2018 Wrestler of the Year. Most Improved. Super competitive. But not quite as competitive as what's the best promotion going to be? Southern Fried, Southern Honor, Action, Viral. Legitimate 4 contenders. But Anarchy's made a comeback. They most certainly have. So you have 5 solid choices right there. And I'm sure people will want to argue for this promotion, that promotion, or the other one. But Southern Honor, Southern Fried, Action, Viral, with Anarchy notably involved as well. It's going to be a dog fucking fight. And by the way, my contention that this weekend is very important certainly seems to hold water, doesn't it? Because you got Southern Honor, Southern Fried, and Action. And then next week you got Viral. And you got Anarchy running one of those weekends as well. It's all coming down to it, isn't it, folks? Number 4, most competitive. And you probably thought it was going to be number 1. It's not. Overall wrestler, because this is another 2-person race. Logan Creed or AC Mack. Logan Creed or AC Mack. By the way, I'm going to wait till this weekend is done. I was going to do this P list was going to be the top 10 wrestlers. But I think I'm going to wait till this huge weekend shakes out. Because you got AC Mack as the Action Champion. Logan Creed is the Southern Fried and Southern Honor Champion. And then you have all these major people contending. Then you got AC Mack, who's going to be at Anarchy going for the TV title. Logan Creed or AC Mack. Logan Creed, AC Mack. Logan Creed, AC Mack. We're going to have to wait and see. Super competitive, super interesting. They've been fighting back and forth in the top 10 all year. Love it. Number 3, best tag team or stable. There are too many to fucking list. And there's no one strongly out in front. Yeah, the Hierarchy get back together. That was a big deal. Got the Lynch. You got GB1C, BC, Element of P. You got motherfucking Master and Machine. Fuck. You got a crap ton of people. The Gymnasty Boys are around all the fucking time. There's just a ton of teams. I'm sure I'm forgetting tag teams. I'm sure I'm forgetting stables. What's the name of that fucking stable that showed up in GPW and fucked their shit up? There's a crap ton. Whoever wins this is not going to get more than 20% of the vote. That's my prediction. It's fucking huge. Best tag team or stable. Fuck, I'm even forgetting. God, if I just go down, each promotion has a big one. Team tag, right? You got the fucking group in Action that's fucking with Matt Griffin. You've got fucking Danny Jordan, David Ali's motherfucking group in Southern Honor. New Era. I remembered. Tons of good shit this year, guys. Guys, you got to appreciate the fact that the fact is all these awards are competitive outside of 2. And that's never been like that. Usually we're like scratching our mind going like, I don't even know who should be up for this fucking award. And that even goes for like overall wrestler. There were years where we were like, and there were years where these top 2 categories were the worst ones in the bunch. And now they're the 2 most competitive. What are you talking about, Steve? Best Technician Award. That's Kyle. And there's a bunch of other decent ones. Not this year. Somebody made an argument for Joe Black. Both Larry Goodman and Gary Lamb, independent of each other, without talking to each other, made the argument for Joe Black. And at first I thought like, no. And I had all these reasons why no Joe Black. You know what? I'm fucking wrong. Joe Black is definitely in that fucking top 5. He is. Joe Black, Chip Day, Slim J, Fred Yehi, Shane Marks. You want me to read those fucking names again? Fred Yehi, Slim J, Shane Marks, Joe Black, Chip Day. What the fuck? Dude. It's a fucking baller list. A baller list. I will take those 5 motherfuckers anywhere. Chip Day, Fred Yehi, Shane Marks, Joe Black, Slim J. Take those fucking guys. I'll take those 5 fucking guys and I'll put them against 5 other technical wrestlers from any other fed. I'm talking Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. I'll put those 5 guys against them. Ring of Honor. I'll put those guys against them. AEW. I'll put those 5 guys against them. I'm dead fucking serious. Fucking competitive as fuck, guys. And this was a foregone conclusion for years. I forgot to mention Griff Garrison and fucking Most Improved. Fred Yehi, Slim J, Chip Day, Joe Black, Shane Marks. Fuck me. Can you fuck with that list? Can you fuck with that? Fuck, what must number 1 be? Best male performer. I've wrestled back and forth which one of these was won. This is a category that guys who absolutely did not deserve to even be entered for it have won before. Because there was such a dearth. This was either Shadow Jackson or it was motherfucking Simon Sermon. Or it would be Sal Renaro. But on years where they had an off year or whatever, I mean, Crew Jones won, who's not a guy who should be up for this award, if I was being honest. Crew Jones is a great performer, but this was named after Tommy Rich, a guy who basically got by on like hustle and charisma as opposed to the right body and all that kind of stuff. And Crew Jones was the body. Now, not that he didn't have a personality, he most certainly did, but this award... You want me to name the motherfucking 5 that are up for this? You thought this list, Fred Yehi, Slim J, Chip Day, Joe Black, Shane Marks, was impressive for Best Technical. Folks, let me throw you my 5 for Best Male Performer to blow your mind. You might be going like, number 1 is that category? That's so fucking lame. No. Lame. I'm going to name these 5 people and you motherfucking tell me each one of them doesn't dominate. You know what they are? They're like fucking 5 slices of pie in the motherfucking Trivial Pursuit thing. They're so different from one another. They're totally separate categories. The only thing they have in common is that they all could be Best Male Performer. But comparing them... Is it an apples and oranges debate? Maybe. Ironically, apples and oranges are fruits, and so are 2 of the people on this list. Matt Sells. Matt Sells. Should we give it to him? Yeah. But what about Ashton Starr? Oh, yeah. 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 Fuck, he had a huge year. He has the only talk show anybody knows the name of in fucking Georgia wrestling. It's true. But Matt Sells, though. But Ashton Starr, fuck. Huge, right? Simon Sermon. That's the Queen of Barnesville, fool. The far left, he leads that group too. So he's a fucking heel here. He's a face here. He's fucking over everywhere he fucking goes. He's a heel and a heel and a heel, except when he's a face. And when he... Simon Sermon's won the shit before, but that doesn't disqualify him for this year, does it? He can't help it if he keeps doing great fucking shit. And all these people have been involved in controversial stuff too, which is fucking awesome. Best male performer, Matt Sells, Ashton Starr, Simon Sermon. And then I say Sal Rinauro, and you go, oh, yeah, fucking crazy thing. And he's done it in promotion after promotion. And he's done it in the Southern Honor, Southern Fried, Anarchy, Peach State. Held the major title in a bunch of those places. And he's fucking great. And he's fucking won the award before. Ashton Starr, Simon Sermon, Sal Rinauro, Matt Sells. Say no more, except I am saying more. Corey fucking Hollis. A guy who was perennially up for fucking best technical, and now he's up for best male performer. The best heel going. Can you not give it to the best heel going? Or the guy that's making the most interesting choice in Sal Rinauro? The guy whose fucking personality literally carries segments by itself, like Ashton Starr? Or the guy who held on to his own belief of his own gimmick so hard, promotions are hitching their wagon to him for their main events, even though he hasn't won a goddamn match all fucking year in Matt Sells? Or is it Simon Sermon, who's doing the most interesting shit? And the flag versus flag controversy. And now he's the far left. And he's the Queen of Barnesville and doing all this great fucking shit. Matt Sells, Ashton Starr, Simon Sermon, Corey Hollis, Sal Rinauro. Let me ask you this. If anybody's doubting me putting these two at number 1 and number 2, I have a promotion. And here's my roster for my first show. Fred Yehai, Matt Sells, Slim J, Ashton Starr, Chip Day, Simon Sermon, Joe Black, Corey Hollis, Shane Marks, Sal Rinauro. Think you could make some money with them? Fuck yeah, you could. This is the best year the awards have had in a long time, or maybe ever. Get in your nominations. Vote when it's time. And listen when we announce, because it's going to be fucking awesome. This has been the Plist.